morning, everyone. I'm Natalie Labor.
And I'm Emily Long.
And today we'll be focusing on reconciling the benefits and drawbacks of technology in our society. Over the past 200 years, technology and science have advanced tremendously. Some of these advancements are wonderful. However, as a society, we don't often take consideration of the unintended consequences that they cause.
In order to make technology a more positive tool in our society, both users and creators need to develop more empathy. For example, companies use the internet in ways to influence users' actions. Also, the printing press was used in the 1400s to mass produce the Bible. Lastly, the atomic bomb killed thousands of innocents during World War II in order to win the war. The most important things humans need to recognize is that our creations have detrimental effects.
How would you feel if companies sold your private information? How would you feel if apps directly violated your privacy? Data mining. It's become a process for the last few years. Data mining is a process of which companies analyze users' data to find patterns in their searches, purchases, and more. This is exactly what modern companies do to their users. Some examples include Google and Amazon. Although today I'll be focusing on Facebook. And here we have Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook. The company has been collecting all of its users' data, even their private information. Every time someone logs into their account, sends a chat message, every profile update, and every time you view other people's account, Facebook keeps that information. They use algorithms to analyze each individual, then they sell the information to other companies that cater to what you like. Although the most noticeable thing Facebook does is to use ads to get users to buy more stuff. Have you ever noticed that if you search up a pair of tennis shoes, they seem to appear on every website you go on? Though data mining affects people a bit more than just with shoes. If a user has been showing signs of being part of a political group, companies will try to push them to be more politically active. For example, if I search something that has a connection with liberal politics, companies will put ads regarding liberal issues, ultimately making the user, me, more politically active. Yes, this can be a great thing for politicians since it's a way to easily spread news, although it creates division between groups of people. Technology can be used in several different ways. Companies can get us to be more active in certain causes, but can also be used to manipulate us. By being aware at all times when using the internet, you can make sure you don't fall prey to companies like Facebook, Google, and Amazon.
Problems with technology are not recent. Controversial ideas and creations have been happening as late as the Renaissance. In about 1532, Martin Luther felt that the church had become completely corrupt. They were using the Bible as a way to get people to donate money and fear the church. It became such an effective method that the Pope had more power than the king. Martin Luther used Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in order to mass-produce copies of the Bible in several languages, including German, English, and French. Here's a short video of how the printing press was used.
Make a good impression?
Don't break it.
Because the bigger the plan is, the more power it takes to get sufficient impression. So I just printed the one page, so I've got to roll it out and get the other page. Now I'd like to have some of the gals do it. Okay, come on.
Don't
make it more.
That's what Gutenberg did.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Sorry.
Did it?
Yeah, how'd you like to do that all day long?
We could have some arm muscles.
All right, now we're going to roll it out. Now listen quietly, and you can hear the fist lift that paper
This is called
off that sticky top.
press kiss.
Oh boy.
We did pretty good.
Wow.
You did a pretty good thinking job and a pretty good pulling job.
The church was outraged that the printing press allowed non-church officials to read and study the Bible, since this meant they weren't able to manipulate their followers for their own benefit anymore. There were also many advantages by mass-producing the Bible. For example, regular people were able to read the text and interpret it in their own way. One of the most notable results of mass-producing the Bible was the Protestant Reformation. This was a movement meant to reform the beliefs of the Roman Catholic Church. Protestants believed each person should have a right to choose their own religion. They also believed the church should not be able to use the religion to scare nor manipulate its followers. In conclusion, the printing press allowed individuals to choose their religious path, causing the continuous spread of new ideas.
The atomic bomb was created by nuclear physicists in Berlin, Germany during World War II. The atomic bomb was created to balance power between the Nazis. The Nazis were the first people to get the idea of the atomic bomb. However, the United States were the first to ever use it as a weapon and to intimidate other countries. On August 6, 1949, the United States dropped its first atomic bomb on Hiroshima, the little boy. The little boy killed 80,000 people instantly, and many others people died of radiation poisoning. After this, Japan refused to surrender, and the United States dropped Fat Man on Nagasaki, which killed about 40,000 people instantly. Little Boy and Fat Man together killed about 120,000 people instantly. I interviewed Leah Labor, an average Mexican woman, about her views on the atomic bomb. I asked her, how do you feel that the U.S. military used a bomb that killed thousands in order to win the war? And she said, as much as I feel sad for the innocent people, I believe it was the right decision in order to stop the war and stop the loss of further lives. And then I asked her, do you think the ends justified the means? And she said, I believe that in this case it was the right decision and that the ends did justify the means. And then I asked her, what do you think the United States should change in the future? And she said, I think that currently it would be counterproductive because more countries have access to bigger and more dangerous weapons that could cause more damage. In all, this interview shows that the most important thing to do was end the war, and that ultimately the end of the war outweighed the deaths of more people.
And here we have a chart showing the total casualties rates to distance for the Hiroshima bomb.
Although there were detrimental effects caused by the atomic bomb, there were also some advantages. For example, the United States were the first people to be able to harvest that much energy successfully, which advanced the United States significantly. In the future, we should develop more empathy towards other people and use technology against only our enemies instead of killing innocent people.
Thank you all for listening to us share our ideas and opinions on these controversial matters. We hope we impacted your views on technology and that you'll continue to spread awareness.
Thank you, and have a spectacular rest of your week from Natalie, Labor, and Emily.